Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. If you always watch our channel, you may know that the news of the US ban on Chinese semiconductor. Recently, Japan announced that it will carry out trial excavation of rare earth resources in its seabed. At present, 60% of Japan's rare earth resources depend on China's imports. It is now planning to mine seabed rare earths in the hope that one day it can achieve independent supply and get rid of its dependence on China. As the United States has imposed several rounds of export blockades on China's semiconductor industry, China has recently begun to introduce countermeasures. The heaviest fist is to restrict the export of 7 core technologies, including rare earth refining. In order to fight against China, the United States does not hesitate to sacrifice the interests of its own domestic enterprises, and at the same time, it also has to pull in Japan and the Netherlands. It is no wonder that Japan wants to move its mind on rare earths and wants to bypass China's supply chain. However, their idea may not be realized in the short term, because China is currently the well-deserved leader in the rare earth production and refining industry. Rare earths have the reputation of industrial vitamins, just like oil is known as the blood of industry. China is the country with the largest proven reserves of rare earths, and it is also the largest exporter of rare earths in the world. Its total exports account for more than 80% of the world's total rare earth products. Rare earth elements mainly refer to 17 elements, such as scandium series and lanthanide series, which belong to metal elements with special properties and functions. More than 200 years ago, chemists discovered the first rare earth element, yttrium. At that time, it was called rare earth because of its difficulty in preparation and its rare content in the earth. With the advancement of science, people have discovered that rare earth elements are not necessarily rare. For example, the reserves of one of the elements, thulium, can reach more than 200 times that of gold. However, the main reason why rare earth elements are regarded as precious by people is because of their special physical and chemical properties. Adding rare earth elements to industrial materials will have the effect of turning stones into gold and improving the performance of materials. Rare earths are important raw materials in the semiconductor processing industry. The person in charge of ASML in the Netherlands once said, "The laws of physics are equally applicable to China." China can create its own lithography machine, and China is already an important link in the global semiconductor industry chain. As the leader of rare earth exports, China's rare earths have a 4 or 2 role in the entire semiconductor industry. Rare earth elements are added to the light source of many laser equipment, and the lithography machine for producing chips requires a laser light source. For example, the lasers on the ASML lithography machine are provided by Trumpf, while the laser crystals of Kuitong come from the Chinese company Fujing Technology, which is also a global leader in the field of laser crystals. In addition, strontium can be used in the manufacture of photonic chips, erbium can be used in fiber amplifiers, cerium can be used in automobile exhaust treatment. Although the names of these metals may sound unfamiliar to China, they have penetrated into every aspect of Chinese life along with various electronic products. Rare earth elements are also important raw materials for processing chips. In addition to silicon as the main body of the chip, technicians are constantly introducing new elements into the chip. After the introduction of titanium, germanium, nickel and other elements, rare earth elements were introduced. Although these rare earth elements are only slightly doped into the chip material, they give the new material superior electromagnetic properties. Today, whether it is a mobile phone chip or a computer chip, it is inseparable from the blessing of rare earth elements. In addition, permanent magnets doped with rare earths are also an important part of automotive power systems. And these rare earth elements are all added up, and the total weight is not rare. The total weight of rare earth permanent magnet materials consumed by a luxury car can reach 3.5 kilograms. New energy vehicles consume more magnet materials, reaching 5 kilograms, or even 10 kilograms. And these elements, most countries have to rely on imports from China, especially Japan. It is worth noting that China not only ranks first in the world in terms of rare earth reserves, but also has proven reserves of some elements that are unique to China, such as the element dysprosium. With the development of global industry, countries are gradually increasing their dependence on China's rare earths. In the past, the United States and other countries used price wars to force China to sell rare earths at low prices, causing China to suffer heavy losses. However, after more than 20 years of hard work, China has built a complete industrial chain in rare earth refining, and its technology is at the international leading level. On the contrary, the United States directly gave up its local rare earth production chain because it was greedy for China's cheap rare earths. As a result, they now have rare earth mines empty, but they still have to import rare earth products from China. In order to further expand China's leading edge, in 2022, China merged 5 rare earth mines and established the China Rare Earth Group Corporation. This company can be called a rare earth aircraft carrier. Its birth has also allowed China to have a stronger rare earth enterprise, which can use resources more rationally and give full play to the group's advantages. A major feature of the semiconductor industry is its long industrial chain, which involves many countries and affects the whole body. For example, when Japan was hit by an earthquake, the photoresist production line was affected. Because of the turmoil in the regional environment, the supply of neon gas was also once affected. These examples are all superficial, because the blockade and other reasons interfere with a certain production link, and ultimately the entire industrial chain and all upstream and downstream enterprises will suffer. Now the US sanctions have met with China's reciprocal countermeasures, which can be said to be shooting itself in the foot. Rare earth elements are important raw materials for the semiconductor processing industry. Although the United States, Australia, Myanmar and other countries have a lot of rare earth resources, due to the lack of refining and processing technology, they can only sell the raw materials to China at a low price, and then buy refined products from China at a high price. At present, many countries invariably regard rare earths as a key link in competing for the commanding heights of future science and technology. Both the United States and the European Union have included rare earth elements in their key list, and Australia is preparing to spend huge sums of money to support 15 rare earth companies. The real development and utilization is by no means a one-day effort.